Where was this?
I'd like to call this Tuesday, September 16th, 2025 meeting, the Oxford Planning and Zoning Commission to order. First order of business, pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, starting with Sarah.
Sarah Lott.
Kathy Laurie.
Haley Grace and Turkey, and then we stayed over. Stan Wall.
Pat Cocherella.
I loved it.
Carl Bouchard.
Jason Swan.
Diamond Rosa. Steve McGarry.
First order of business is the public hearing for Z-25-8735 Oxford Road. Owner Jeremy and Emily Salvatore, 120 Main Street, Building D, Oxford, Connecticut. Applicant's representative Martin A. Pasante, 178 Bayview Avenue, Northport, New York. The application is special exception for Article 7, Section 7.3.13. The use of the proposed veterinary hospital. The application site plan is required because of Article 6, Section 11.2.1 to 11.2.7. We have a letter dated 9/8/25 from Jim Galligan, Town Engineer.
And we also have one dated the 16th, I believe. There's one the 8th, and there's one the
Read the 8th one first.
16th. Yeah. I have a letter from Nafis and Young Engineers, Inc. regarding this application dated September 8th to Mr. Patrick Cocherella, Chairman, Oxford Planning and Zoning Commission. Reference 35 Oxford Road, Oxford, Connecticut. Dear Mr. Cocherella, Nafis and Young Engineers is in receipt of plans and plan revisions for the above referenced address. We offer the following. 1, please provide an A2 property survey signed and sealed by a Connecticut licensed surveyor. 2, please show the discharge locations and receiving terrain for the dry swales. 3, please show proposed grading on the north side of the property. 4, what is the soil condition, type of soils, groundwater elevation, etc. at the subsurface, detention system, and dry swale areas. 5, please provide stormwater detention report. 6, please provide top, bottom of wall elevations and wall design profile, cross-section and details of construction. 7, please provide pavement details, curb details, sidewalk details, lighting details, landscape plan and details. 8, please indicate where storm water discharges go. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Sincerely, James H. Galligan, professional engineer, Nafis and Young Engineers for the town engineer of Oxford. I'm also in receipt of another letter from Nafis and Young Engineers dated September 16th, 2025. Again, to Mr. Patrick Cocherelli, Chairman of the Oxford Planning and Zoning Commission. Reference 35 Oxford Road, Oxford, Connecticut. Dear Mr. Cocherella, Nafis and Young Engineers is in receipt of revised plans for the above referenced project. We offer the following. 1, please provide a storm drainage report indicating that the proposed system provides zero increase in runoff through the 100-year storm. 2, it appears there is no storm outlet to the proposed drainage system. 3, please clarify where the outlet for the dry swale is and where the discharge goes. It should not discharge onto adjacent private property. 4, there are no inverts shown on the storm drainage piping system. Please provide. 5, please provide fencing at the top of the rock cut on the west side of the project. 6, please provide a detailed maintenance plan for monitoring and cleaning of the detention drainage system. Please forward said plan to Aquarian Water Company. 7, Nafis and Young Engineers reserves the option to provide additional comments upon receipt of revised plans. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Sincerely, James H. Galligan, Professional Engineer, Nafis and Young Engineers, the Town Engineer of Oxford. I have no
Correspondence?
other correspondence regarding this application.
All right. That letter I received today, and I will respond to that by tomorrow. Some of the comments, there's one or two of them that are new. The water management report, I sent him a previous one that was done for the previous proposed drive-through donut shop. But I'm gonna have to speak to Jim. I don't know if that's sufficient for him, because he's asking the same thing again. Dry swells, I don't know if he's understanding it. I mean, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. Martin Passante, architect, 178 Bayview Avenue, Northport. The water company suggested the dry swells and instructed me on how to put them on the plans. I think there's just a confusion. They're supposed to just retain water and let it dissipate into the ground from the roof, not from the parking lot or any road surface. So I'm gonna have to go over that with him. I'm not discharging it into anything. One of the other comments was he wants me to connect my system into your system in the road. I just never actually had any municipality allow us to do that, so I didn't do it. You know, the previous design is, I went back and looked at it, is connected into your stormwater system. If it overflows, it goes into town's stormwater system, which I'll put on the plans and indicate that. So again, I'll address them tomorrow. The proposed elevations that you're looking at is for a 4,200 square foot footprint at 35 Oxford Road within the setback requirements. We'll have 1,900 square feet on the second floor for offices. This will be for Evergreen Veterinary Clinic. There'll be exam rooms. There'll be no boarding there. They'll do operations on animals. There'll be recovery, same-day recovery, retrieval of their animals. I mean, there's probably about, like, I think when I witnessed their current locations, about 12 employees. I think we're stacked with parking. I think we'll, you know, like the parking requirements exceed what I think we'll ever have there. The building's gonna be constructed out of wood. It's gonna have I'm trying to maintain a consistency with the neighborhood. Wood, stone, and some untreated wood, like decorative wood outside. Do you guys have any questions on the exterior of the building?
Does anybody on the commission have any questions for the applicant?
You have a letter from APA stating they want a maintenance program?
Yes, they suggested that we provide a routine maintenance of the system so that dirt and grit and sand out of the drainage system. We have a letter that, you know, we'll submit that the owner will have this system cleaned like yearly and maintain the system so that it doesn't, you know, gunk up and overflow.
Wetlands, where are you with them?
Wetlands, I have to answer Jim Galligan's letter.
What you got today?
The one I got today, yes. So I'll answer his comments tomorrow. Hopefully we meet with wetlands on next Tuesday. And if Jim gets back to me before then, otherwise we can't.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Does anyone The audience have a comment or questions for this applicant? I want to make sure it gets picked up on the.
So I'm just curious what the driver is, given that Evergreen already has a facility in Quarry Walk. Is there that much of a demand? It sounds like this is just a surgical center. So I'm curious if that's the driver, if they basically don't have room to expand in Quarry Walk. And I'm just curious, I was looking at the site plan and I noticed that there are pear trees. Just wondering why pear trees?
Why are there pear trees, sir?
It's a good deciduous tree that's really hardy for this area, that's all.
They flower very nice.
Yeah, and just my selection, that's all. It's a nice tree in the road. They're vacating their current premise, so they're only going to this location.
Is there anyone else? Yeah.
Jim Block, 97 Bowers Hill Road. Just a couple questions. I don't have the materials, so I don't know. Are you going to be 24/7? Are you going to have emergency services? And I think you might have asked a question about waste management in terms of you're going to have dogs and animals there. How are they going to manage that kind of waste? And then the third question I have is about cremations, if you're going to do cremations.
Come on up to the mic if you can answer the question. Please speak it out so that it gets on the record.
Sorry, Ed Don, representative for Dr. Jeremy and Emily Salvatore. Nice to meet all of you. So the cremation is the animals, when they're very unfortunate. Terrible, terrible situation, but it goes into a freezer every 2 days. Those bodies are picked up and cremated off-site. Yeah, off-site. And what were the questions?
Please address the commission.
Sorry. Yeah, no, this is going to be open just normal business hours. There's no 24/7 emergency care, and there's no overnight boarding. Right. Was there one more, sir? They have a disposal location in the actual clinic and outside of the clinic, and then it gets removed on a daily basis. I don't know what company it is off the top of my head that removes the waste, but it's removed on a daily basis. Right. Okay. Is that okay? Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else in the audience have a question or comment? Anyone in the audience have a question or comment? Coming back to the commission. Any of the commissioners have any questions or comments? Anyone? Hearing none.
Gotta go through wetlands, right?
Yeah, so we have to recess. We'll entertain a motion. Public hearing until.
That would be next week. So it's not gonna work.
No, they're all set for wetlands, you're just waiting for a letter from Jim Gallagher. We had the letter from Jim Gallagher.
Well, we need a letter from the wetlands.
Well, I'm
commission as
sorry,
well.
from the Wetlands Commission from Jim Gallagher that we can vote it. That's all we're waiting for. It's gonna be the same letter that we basically have.
Wetlands is meeting and we're meeting at the same time.
That's,
unless there are other problems.
you know the logistics of it, so if you think that'll work, if everybody can get what they need to get by that time,
We can recess it, and if there are
So you could, and it's up to you guys, you could vote this for conditional. No. Be on the public hearing on the 23rd, no?
no, we will not, we have to wait for wetlands, because what happens then if wetlands denies it?
Then we deny it on the 23rd. It's up to you, I'm throwing it out there, you know? I mean, there was a lot of confusion in this application.
No, that sets a bad precedent. That's a bad precedent. Never done that. In all my years here, we've never done that. So, a motion to recess until the 23rd?
So the 23rd is, everybody goes, there's no motion yet. At 7 or,
I would say 7:30, because I think
I'll make a motion to recess the public hearing Z-25-87 to September 23rd at 7:30 here at Town Hall.
Second.
Have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained, motion carries. Thank you. I probably just skipped it because I was focusing on the public hearing.
Well, let's do it now.
Okay, yes. Next item is the approval of minutes. Regular meeting, 8/19/25.
I'll make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of the August 19th, 2025 meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained, motion carries.
Abstain.
I was here.
There was 4 here. We had a quorum. Okay. Do we have any amendments to the agenda?
under correspondence, a letter dated September 4th, 2025, from the Office of the First Selectman.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Well, I need a motion and a second. Jessica, you can't make a motion. So, who makes a motion?
I'll make a motion to add to the agenda under correspondence, a letter from the Office of the First Selectman dated September 4th, 2025, and a letter from Joyce Nestemsky dated August 22nd, 2025.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Next item of business is correspondence.
And I will read the letters that were just added to the agenda under correspondence. The first letter is from the Office of the First Selectman, George Temple Esquire, dated September 4th, 2025. Also Arnold Jensen, Selectman, and Dave McCain, Selectman, to the Planning and Zoning Commission, Town of Oxford. Dear Chairman and Commission members, the Board of Selectmen is writing to formally recommend the enactment of a moratorium on new development projects, particularly multifamily apartment complexes along the Route 67 corridor spanning from the Seymour Town Line to the Southbury Town Line. This recommendation comes in response to concerns expressed by several Oxford residents, including a letter received from Ms. Joyce Nestemsky dated August 22nd, 2025, regarding increased traffic congestion on Oxford Road, Route 67. As you are aware, this area has experienced rapid growth in recent years. Without current and comprehensive traffic data, continued development poses serious risks to traffic flow, public safety, and the capacity of existing infrastructure. The board is concerned that moving forward without adequate planning could negatively affect the quality of life for residents and the long-term sustainability of our community. We respectfully urge the Planning and Zoning Commission to enact a moratorium that would remain in effect until a full traffic study can be conducted and reviewed by the Connecticut Department of Transportation. This study will provide the necessary data and recommendations to guide responsible, informed land use decisions moving forward. We appreciate your attention to this matter and strongly encourage the Commission to take prompt action. Please feel free to contact the board should you wish to discuss this recommendation further or require additional information. Kind regards, George R. Temple, Esquire, First Selectman, on behalf of the Board of Selectmen. I now have a letter from Joyce Nistemski dated August 22nd, 2025. I believe that there is a real issue with the traffic on Route 67 in Oxford. It took me 10 minutes to take a right on Governor's Hill Road 3 days this week. Also, taking a left turn is worse, especially between 3 and 415 to 67 North, and from Route 42 is even worse. Try to take a right, takes forever, and if you want to take a left onto 42, it's a nightmare. The volume of traffic is increasing every day. These are state roads. I am asking for a study so something can be done to improve this daily problem. Thank you, Joyce Nistemski.
Audience of citizens. This is for any item not on the agenda. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to comment or discuss any item that is not on the agenda? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to comment or discuss on something that is not on the agenda? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to comment or discuss anything that is not on the agenda? Hearing none, moving on to old business. Z-25-93, 86 Chestnut Tree Hill Road Extension. We need to set a public hearing date for this application. It's to subdivide an 18.9 acre parcel into two pieces, one of 10.9059 acres and one part of 8.05 acres, continuous dry. Oh, I'm sorry. It's parcel A would be 8.048 acres and parcel B would be 10.9059 acres. Sorry about that. Public hearing date? Do I have a motion?
At 7, I'm assuming we want to try, or? I know we were trying to shoot for 7 on public hearings.
I mean, this is a relatively, it's a lot split. I don't know if that's going to take any.
No, I just clarifying, like, we go back and forth, I just want to make sure. So 7:30? I'll make a motion to set the public hearing for Z-25-93, 86 Chestnut Tree Hill Road on October the 7th at 7:30 here at Town Hall.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Zoning enforcement, report of the CEO.
I got 3 lawsuits coming. I can't discuss yet. I was at the CEO to pick up your signs, because I'm not doing it. I'm gonna talk to Wayne, or I'm gonna talk to the state of Connecticut, 'cause it is their highway. And a lot of them are on telephone poles that I can't reach. They come in at night with a ladder. They put the ladder.
I know, they put a ladder in the back of the pickup
Yeah,
truck.
back in
I've
the
seen them
pickup,
do
they're
it.
like, you know, 8 feet high.
And they used to have a tool that somebody made for that she could.
I have that tool, but a lot of times they nail them in with roofing nails. They're really hard to yank out. Then I put a razor knife on the end of that tool, and I was trying to slice them. So, you know, I'm gonna have.
That's, signs are an ongoing issue. You know, I can't tell you how much
And the
signs,
thing is that
he knows, how many years, signs,
Years
signs,
since I've been on
signs.
here.
The shredded signs that the Lions Club,
Yeah.
like hundreds. The event was over Saturday. I did, I emailed them today,
I mean,
I said.
I don't know if I'm wrong here, but you can tell me if I'm wrong.
I would never do that.
But if these organizations alike want to put up signs, they're supposed to come in, tell us that they're gonna put up signs, and then we know these are the ones that have been approved, and they go away after the event, and that's the end of it.
I liked Anna's idea where she took a check for $25, cash it, just took it in, it's in the regulations, so they had the tax sale, they took the sign down, and they came back. They're all, I pulled 2 out of catch basins.
That's the solution? I don't know.
I don't know, I
don't know.
I just can't.
Excuse me, don't our regulations have a fine attached to signs?
A fine?
A fine,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I gotta give them a cease and desist, give them 30 days, and another 30 days, so that's 60 days. There's no teeth in it.
Point, yeah.
I
That's
sent
our,
out several fines, I can show you.
that's our problem. There's no teeth in our regulations, so they're gonna keep doing it.
Paving companies, you send them a fine, they come up, they take your sign. State statutes, I can't. The only thing you can find right away or address right away is side of a road. And then I get to the point, well, that's my property, it's not town property. I'm like, well, no, that's town property. So Steve's done.
And from what I understand, we've got a few people that have just decided to build with no permits, no inspections.
Oh, yeah, that's happened crazy now because of the online system. Can't get around on it. I like it because no one's coming in, it's less people we have to see because we all.
I don't like people either, but that's
Not that we don't like it, but it's just less people coming in, so it works out well. But a lot of elderly can't, get around on it. Questions for me?
Yeah. What about the circus tent, the Mexican restaurant?
What?
I call it a circus tent, with the lights on it.
Pete. I don't know what to tell you on they all have them. The Oxford House has them, the Mexican restaurant has them, Brookside has them. New Tampa, they have all, they're all in Quarry Walk, there are lights over the tables. Now, I know theirs is lit up on each frame.
Theirs is across, did you see where they're across the roof around the drains?
I
and
did,
everything?
I saw your pictures, and I did. I just don't know how to address it. I don't have a regulation on lights.
It's
It's not,
85, man, under lighting.
it's not a night sky compliant. It can have lights, it just can't blink and flash. Listen, if you guys want me to send them a letter to take down their lights over their dining area, I will. I don't care. I just don't know how to address it, because then they're gonna.
Well, then you tell them that you're referring to them, not to the Oxford House. The Oxford House will be next. You know, you do what you want to do. I get it.
I don't, you find me a regulation to address a light over a dining room table or on the eaves of their house, then I'll address it. You don't have to get pissed off.
Pissed off. If I get pissed off, you'll know. Trust me.
Okay, guys, let's keep it civil, please.
Simple.
It says on page 85 in the regulations, section 711 under lighting, all outdoor lighting shall be so directed and shielded that no glare fall upon adjoining properties nor invasion of motorists or aircraft. That's on page 85 in the regulation.
All right, so,
Like I said,
do you
go
really
by
want to do
there.
this now, or do you want to just like talk about this
Hey,
more?
we're talking about it now.
Okay, so what do they inherit? There's no houses around there, there's a highway. If they're repairing the highway, we're gonna call the state of Connecticut. If the airplanes have a problem, they're gonna call me, because they always do, like all the ball fields. So
Okay.
I don't have a house around there where I can apply this. Period.
What was the first reason she gave you?
What?
The first reason she gave you why she
She
put
said
that
she
out
had
there?
people in the parking lot smoking weed and drinking. She didn't want that. So I said, call the cops. Then she put her lights on.
What time do the lights go out?
I don't know what time they go off. I'm in bed at 8 o'clock. I'm old. I'm gonna see if they can put them on a timer.
Just the beginning. Then next will be the golf course with lights. Then the next will be down the road. Then 60 cents will look like Christmas time. Is that what you want?
That's a good thing.
I like Christmas. Is that what you want?
No, but that's, you know,
No, drop
that's
it.
a,
Forget it.
I mean, no, they're using them as decorative lighting. That's what they're doing. They're decorative lighting. You're talking about the little bulbs, like the string of lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
throughout the-
They're using them as decorative lighting.
I mean, she had her truck over there all painted up. I had her move that.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. But, you know what? Come up with a plan going forward. Okay? We're not gonna run out there tonight, but come up with a plan going forward. Because like I say, if you do one, you gotta do them all. So, come up with a plan, and then we'll move forward with it.
Brookside has them across their front step. I know it's dark over there at night, and they're smaller. They're regular small lights.
The axe throwing place has them all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, we've gotta look at who's got them and come up with a plan on how to deal with it. We can't just single out one place and do it. We have to make a plan and do them all.
Okay.
You have anything else? Okay. Anybody have anything else for Steve?
None.
Invoices.
I have one invoice from the McSherry Law Office, 38 Fairview Avenue, Naugatuck, Connecticut, dated September 10th, 2025, for 22 hours for covering 8 items from July 12th to August 28th, 22 hours, $4,180. I'll make a motion to pay the invoice.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Now we're at other business. Possible discussion regarding the presentation by Attorney Thomas regarding a modification to Z-10-011 Central Park. Anybody feel like discussing that tonight? Anybody? Sure.
The original proposal and then the revised proposal. The original proposal was for, I believe, 140 units, and then the revised one was 120. How many acres were the original 140 units placed on? And then how many acres are in Phase 1 of the new
no
proposal?
phasing.
I
That
understand that.
that was an error on that hand-drawn drawing you gave us.
The area upon which they are placed, how many acres is that
I
in
don't
comparison
know.
to the original?
But that's, add that to the list of questions for him, because I can't tell you off the top of my head
And I
exactly.
couldn't read
It
all
was,
the drawings.
it was the, yeah, I couldn't either. It was the whole parcel, was the original, was the whole parcel,
Right, and now they're,
including both sides, the power line runs through the middle. It included both sides of the power line. Now he's only doing, I believe it's the, don't shoot me on this, the Christian Street side. If I'm not mistaken.
it did look like it was reduced area with only a slight
area.
reduction in the number of
And
units.
the original thing, I spent a good part of this afternoon reading through the court judgment, and some of the things that Attorney Thomas said was factual, and some of it is, a little not quite out there. as far as the actual court decision.
I was reading through that as well, and I noted that in the court's decision, it said that we didn't necessarily have to abide by all the details in the decision if all the parties agreed on a change from that decision.
Right.
So
That's
I'm just
one of
looking
the
for,
things where I say he was a little.
right, just looking for some accurate information so that we can know what we're talking about.
The office should be the original plans with the acreage marked and all that other stuff.
Okay, thank
As far
you.
as, there aren't any full plan deck yet for the new proposal. That was a pre-application meeting, so there's not a full deck yet to look at.
And my understanding, this is for a site plan modification, not necessarily a resubmission or a new plan.
That's another debatable issue. We may have to get professional on the legal thing,
Okay,
on the judge's thing, what can we do and what can we not do?
What if we hold them to the actual application where it's 140 units, 20% of those units are affordable? And because when I was reading it, it seemed like he didn't know what he wants to do anymore. He still don't know what, from 06 until 2025, he still don't know what he wants to do.
Okay.
So why don't we just hold him to the original plan?
The history here was his original plan was denied. So he did an 830G appeal. The court gave him the 830G appeal. Part of the changes was they were originally duplexes. He pushed them together and made quads out of them. It wasn't really wasn't really a big change. He just literally pushed them together, made quads out of them, same number of units and everything. They were townhouses, which at this point is not much of a marketable item. People aren't that interested in townhouses at this point. They may be next week, who knows? Things change like the weather, but right now. So he's looking for a different product. Part of it is these two-story walk-ups that he wants to build. And the other part is this three-story apartments on that thing, whether that's actually what he's going to do. I mean, originally, and again, knowledge, he never intended to build that originally.
How can we
He wanted to flip it.
How
He
can
wanted
we,
to flip the approval. That's why it sat there, and he couldn't find a buyer because the market tanked.
my problem is how can we discuss and say he doesn't know what, the applicant don't know what he wants to do to begin with?
Well, that's the point. That was pre-app. He'll have to come in with an actual application. We can't make a decision on a pre-app.
So either we tell him he's got to build a 140 or withdraw the application and start again. Why keep playing games with this guy?
Can we tell him he has to build it by the court order?
Yes, we
Are
can.
we on solid ground if we do that?
No,
He took us to court for it.
No.
The court said build it.
and that's the whole thing. The market's changed. You're not going to force somebody to build something that's going to bankrupt them. Why do you want to force anybody to spend their money on something that's not doable? Right.
At that point,
Because if he goes bankrupt, we don't get any tax money, but we got another derelict project.
Well, we
if
got
he doesn't
people.
do the project, he won't go bankrupt.
Exactly.
Yeah, he'll choose to not do the project.
But again, this is already approved,
We got
It
this,
is.
okay?
yeah.
And, the same way, we got that mess up on Ring Street. It was approved and everything else, and whatever happened up there, it's real hard to get a hold of those guys. Right now, they're very busy over there in the Middle East. It's very hard to get a hold of them.
Got people on our back for affordable apartments. We got groups crying about affordable that their kids can't live here. We got the state down our back, and here we got an application that's ready to throw almost 30 units on our market. Play games, no. Well, they're afraid to work two jobs, that's the
Well,
problem, so,
well-
I mean, that's not our problem.
Yeah, I mean,
They wanna
they're
work.
different ethnic, it doesn't matter. But the point is, you know, Glendale or Canterbury, whatever it is this week, right? It's unfinished. Why is it unfinished? He couldn't sell the units. Nobody wants to buy a unit, right, with a 40-year restriction on your
Exactly.
your equity. That's-
$300,000, right?
You know, nobody wants them. Most of the affordable units in Glendale, Canterbury, whatever, are rented now. He hasn't been able to sell them.
Yeah, because what was he asking for, $599 back when the house was running two something, now they're up to $700? Canterbury.
No,
Check.
not Canterbury.
Check it.
Well, I don't know what the realtor's selling them for, but that was not the initial offering. You know, the new section up at Oxford Greens, they're talking $700,000 units. And they're building them, so apparently people are buying them. Why you would buy them in a community like that for $700,000 is beyond me. But if you got the money, why not? You know, maybe if I had the money, I'd buy a Ferrari. Who knows? You know, and drive it over these bumpy roads. You know, this is the thing. I mean, you know, this is what the market is right now. You know,
And so we gave this guy an extension on the Central Park. So now he's gonna come back, he's gonna prolong this one, and then we're gonna get another extension, or wait till the market changes for him?
the thing is, this
You want
market's
it off our books, or what? You wanna play games with this guy, or
it's
what?
sitting there. You know, the approval is sitting there. You know, who knows? Maybe he'll sit on another 2 years, and in 2 years, townhouses are popular again. I don't know.
Yeah, to be clear, and I apologize because I missed the meeting, it looks like the court order was, or the court settlement said 140 townhouse units. But then the settlement said it didn't mandate townhouses. And now he's not doing townhouses, he's doing a mix of townhouses. Now he's not doing 140, he's doing 120. Did he give a reason for the reduction in the units?
He's only using part of the property. That original thing was spread out over the entire property. Now he's only using part of the property. And that's another question. What's he gonna do with the rest of the property?
Come back and put more apartments in it.
Maybe. We don't know. We can't second guess this stuff. We've got to remember what's in front of us. And, you know, I hate to say it because I've dealt with Matt Zaluma since the building he built on Ridge Street fell down. If you remember.
Yeah.
When he built that building.
Fell down?
It fell down.
It collapsed.
It collapsed. David, you would know.
I would not.
On the
I
corner
know.
of Briggs and Jack's?
Jack's, it
Yeah,
fell
it
over.
fell down.
It fell over during construction.
Yeah? I mean, so we have to take, you know, the veracity, if you will, of an applicant doesn't matter. We have to deal with what's in front of us. And if when he comes in with a legitimate application, if you deny it, you deny it. I won't be here. To be honest with you, I won't
That's
be
not the
here.
point, you're not being here, that ain't the point. The point is we've got an application in front of us that we gotta
We
deal
don't
with.
have an application in front of us.
Then what are we discussing it for?
We're discussing the pre-application meeting.
We don't even know what he's gonna do.
Yes.
Maybe I can, the application is not, that would take away all of your trouble.
Well, yes and no. Our attorney said it wasn't.
We gave an extension.
We gave an extension. This one?
What day is that filed in court?
06, I think it was.
No, this is 2011.
What's the month?
May.
Anything that expired. July 1st, 2011. I'm almost positive. It could be expired. That would seem to be
Didn't we give him an extension a few months ago?
Yes.
A 5-year extension? Or am I confusing it with something else?
if you did it on.
Jessica's contention is that because of the May, June, July, that we were in error in giving him that extension, that it was expired. That's her contention. This is why we're just discussing tonight. This isn't gonna, we're not gonna make a decision tonight. It's just, it's on the agenda, so I figured, let's talk about it, why not? It's early yet. We haven't even been here an hour. Come on up, I'm hoping for one of those meetings where we used to be here till after midnight.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I used to love those. When everybody's exhausted and agitated, and, you know.
I do want to go
screaming at
back
each
and
other.
listen to what.
And I wound up in front of the ethics commission, you know, those kind of meetings. Those
Little
were
things.
fun.
I do want to go back and listen. I tried listening to Dominic on the meeting that I was absent to just kind of get a sense. And to your point, it's like we're not really talking about acting on an application of any kind. We're just basically saying, are we okay with deviating from what the settlement was?
And again-
And that's not to say that saying okay to 120 versus 140 or the other modifications means that we're automatically saying yes to whatever he brings before us later. We're just saying like, yes, it's okay to come before us with a modified plan
Right, that's-
from the settlement. That's really what we're kind of going after here. To which I would say, 20 units and some changes here and there, better than having a property that's just gonna die on the vine and be a money hole for the town or not producing anything for the town. He could put something in front of us that we're like, nope, that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like,
If that's it,
we'll
though,
deny
it's
it.
a pattern of misdirection and confusion when we deal with this attorney. I don't know if this is phase 1, phase 2, phase 3.
There's no phase.
It's mask, it's shell games. I don't know, like, I
there's no
don't
phase.
trust anything that's said.
That is something that he did say. There are
What's
no
going on
phases.
with that other property that he's not gonna touch, though? We don't have, that's an open
If you,
question.
okay, if you buy a lot that's 10 acres and you build a house on it, do you have to do anything with the rest of the land?
Have him tell us, though. What's his plan? What's the plan for that actual?
He said he would be back in the future for that remainder.
Before we make a decision,
Depending
let's
on
hear
the
from
It's like a death by
economics of this, he
1,000
may come back.
We're not making a decision tonight. So the reality is, we're looking at a larger number of apartments he wants to put on that property.
It's, you know, get a little in, get a little in, get a little in, and
If he does the first phase and then.
And I
he
agree
likes how
with
it
you on
worked
this,
out.
by the way. Like, I absolutely agree where you're coming from. I think it is tiresome and we can't get any direction and it needs to be settled. I think it's worth investigating what Jessica's bringing up because if that's the case, then start over again.
Now that I said it out loud, I'm completely questioning myself. even though I
Don't do that. You're good.
could be wrong.
And again,
Makes me feel good.
But the thing is this.
We have time.
We need to look at these questions.
Yeah.
Nobody's wrong. These are our thoughts, you know?
Is,
I looked at this as, okay, he's gonna build this, use up less of the land with a better type of, product, okay? My initial reaction was, oh, that's good. That's good. It's less sprawling.
at this point, start over. It's been 2011, like, start over and just come before with a plan and let us.
Effectively, that's what he's
Just,
doing.
like, then wipe all the rest of this clean and just start over and come before us.
That's effectively what he's doing.
That's, what's wrong with that? Then get rid of all this other,
Garbage is.
yeah, get rid of all the other stuff, stop connecting the dots back to it, don't worry about the settlement, and start over with a new site plan and a new application and come before us and let us do it that way.
That's an easy solution, and
Yeah.
effectively, that's what'll happen. The attorney
Yeah.
tends to conflate and confuse things.
He wants to keep coming back for that money.
I mean, look at his presentation on the PDD.
Oh, yeah, God.
Even the people that were interested were bored to tears by the time he's
Yeah,
finished.
he wears you
And
out.
the last part of that was the important part, and most people here never heard it.
And what, more importantly, too, disconnecting it because I don't want to go back and hear this whole like, well, in the courts it was decided. In 2011, and this was all expired, disconnect the two and just come fresh. That would be my recommendation.
And that, tonight isn't the end of this discussion, and the attorneys have got, I mean, it's good to hear dissenting opinions and different opinions. That's why there's 7 of us, not 1.
Clarity would be nice.
If we did go with the 120 apartment, we can have them give the extra land over to open space. This way here
It's a
you can't build
it's a
on it.
possibility, or or split it.
Come,
will certainly show you where it
120,
stands.
2,000, I don't care, come in front of us with a site, with a plan. That's it, new application.
I don't think anybody's upset about the numbers, because it's a non-issue.
Right.
It's the amount of property left over afterwards, like, because you know it's gonna be,
And that's.
I know it's not phased, but it's gonna be
overriding
phased.
consideration.
It's going to
What's
be
he gonna
phased.
do with the rest of the property? That's what I'm hearing. If I'm wrong, please tell me.
And that's why,
You know, that's what I'm
submit a
hearing.
new plan, come in front of
Doesn't
us.
know he's
let
doing
us
with
hear
this
it.
property.
That's it.
Delete the old file and build a
You
new.
know, I mean, in all honesty, right? He's living very well out of state. He doesn't even live in Connecticut. Okay?
What's he doing, jerking our chain, what?
No, he owns all this property. I mean, that's not the only property he owns. He owns those two buildings on the corner of Jacks Hill and Riggs. He owns the lot next to it. He owns a lot up on Procop. And I don't know what else off the top of my head. Okay?
About time.
What?
Remind me about time.
So let's, we're beating this now, so. Again, we can pick it up another time. Yeah, we're not in a rush. He may be, but we're not.
I have a question for
We have to
Steve.
do what's best for the town. That's the overriding text. What is best for the town?
Question for Steve, it's all right.
Ask Steve a question.
Steve, did you give, the building where Tanya Carver's old building, the circular building where he got the new cars?
Yes.
Did you give him a permit to detail cars up there?
Auto dealership, I don't know. I mean, he can clean them there
got
and
a
wax the
business.
cars he sells there, I guess.
He's got his business, he's getting detail, he gets cars with
I'd
detail.
have to look into that.
Other than his own cars that are
Yes,
tail?
yes,
Look into that because then that's a separate business.
yes, it is.
Right. If he's detailing the cars that he's preparing to sell,
That's one thing.
that's one thing. That's part of the
Did you
business.
see it online or something?
No, I ran into a guy that had one of the sports cars, he said he just had it detailed up there.
So we'll come in for
Just not a new, an additional.
an additional use permit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
and just make sure you got the proper drainage there too. The proper drainage there too, in that building.
Check the drainage for
Proper drainage
what?
for detailing cars, where the
Where he
soap,
washes the cars?
yeah, where the soap and stuff
I don't know
goes.
what he did before that, but I mean, he must have washed the cars he sold.
I don't know, but I'm just saying,
I'll give that to Mike.
yeah.
I am looking for, I had a manila folder. You know what I did with the manila folder there?
You carried it in.
Where's the other, oh, here it is. Thank you. Okay. Next item, right, is the discussion possible action regarding the status of a planning consultant. So again, I have a motion I'd like to make. New motion, different wording. Hope this one will make at least 4 people. Okay. I move to recommend to the Board of Selectmen to hire Jessica Pennell as the planner for the Oxford Planning and Zoning Commission, hire Savannah Nicole Valaba as a peer review consultant for Jessica, and hire a part-time clerk secretary to assist with the routine operations of the Planning and Zoning Department office. Do I have a second?
I have nothing to do with that.
Got a question.
Second with discussion, because he has a motion on the table.
Did everybody hear that? Do you want to read that again?
Please read it again.
Let me yell it up. Okay. I move to recommend to the Board of Selectmen to hire Jessica Pennell as the planner for the Oxford Planning and Zoning Commission. 1. 2. Hire Savannah Nicole Valaba as a peer review consultant for Jessica. 3. Hire a part-time clerk/secretary to assist with the routine operations of the Planning and Zoning Department office.
And I had a second with discussion.
Okay, of course.
I definitely listened to that part of it because I was very interested in the planning discussion, and I can definitely get behind where a lot of the confusion was. Also, just to clarify too, we didn't seat any alternates that meeting, correct?
No alternate seating.
And it sounded to me like obviously the motion that was put up didn't pass, and there was a lot of great discussion around it.
Died.
I died.
on the
Got it.
ground.
Again, trying to listen to it, I want to make sure I heard what I heard correctly in a lot
There
of
were
it.
four people. There were 2 people that voted
yeah.
in favor. There were 2 people that did not vote.
I get behind why it died because I think that there was a lot of confusion what we were trying to go after, and at the end of the day, with what the discussions were, I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to craft the regulations in a way that helps with flex zoning. Whatever that ends up being or whatever that ends up meaning, I think that's what we're trying to get to. I want to say that this motion, I am fully behind and supportive. I think if we look at the people in the room that help guide us, Jess is always there to help us understand the history, the planning aspect of it, and I think this is probably one of the best moves that's being put forward.
This is only a recommendation of the Board of Selectmen.
We're talking about a person who lives in town, who understands the town, who arguably is already doing 90% of the planning work. So why wouldn't we recommend this to the Board of Selectmen?
And this would be in addition to her administrative work. That's why the
And there's
court.
already, but you're building in help with other things so that the real important work, which is we need to get our regulations a little bit tighter. Clearly, we need to do something with this flex so that, I mean, we've got a letter here talking about, I don't think it's a moratorium, but it's smarter regulations to better equip the town for zoning and to go fight on the traffic issues that are clearly building up, that the state needs to handle and go look at.
I mean, I come out of Governor's Hill Road at least once a day. Never, ever, except when there was an accident there, have I ever spent in excess of a minute and a half at that intersection. And that included when I was 5 or 6 cars back. I start the clock.
I can,
me, you know?
I've had that, but I can sympathize. I've hit 67 and 42 and 34 at the wrong times, and it's just like, holy crap, where'd all of it come from? So I think there is legitimacy
issues
in
that
the
need to be
concern that
resolved.
came through Arnie, that came through the Board of Selectmen. There's legitimate concern there. But I think smart planning is what we need, and if we're looking for anybody to understand what smart planning means in town, why not Jess, right?
And this, by the way, has
So
already been
that's
elevated
my-
to the state. This came down
You know
to
what is
Arnie.
the backup? You know what is the backup on 42? They took the sign down, don't block the intersection. And people are too ignorant to stop and blocking that intersection. They're constantly.
I was just,
That's off the
the
subject.
end of last week,
That's off the subject.
I was in a line of cars stopped at the light at Quarry Walk. Okay, there were 3 cars in front of me and a truck, right? The clown behind me pulls off into the turn lane, goes up and actually went in front of the truck while the light was still red. You can't, how can I put it? You can't legislate stupidity. Okay? That's the bottom line.
Back to Jessica. She's gonna be properly paid for this,
Well, that would be part of the deal.
if she takes
Can I
it.
be in this discussion for 1 second?
Yeah.
We're talking about.
Because Pat did mention this to me, and he said, look over this, and I completely ignored it because it had something to do with me, kept asking me to look at it, and I knew about it. My only thing is, and I'm gonna say, only because, like Josh was saying, like you all know, we can't keep going out and getting something different ever into this. Not to benefit me, I'm saying if we're gonna get a planner, we need to get someone who's here, consistently helping us consistently. So Savannah and Nicole helping with the PDD, that's great. You know what I mean? And those things like that. Someone whether it's somebody else. But just having to go every time and find someone.
Don't talk people out of it.
I'm not talking, I'm just saying.
Just saying, don't talk people out of it.
We want what's best, but it's not me. We have to stop focusing on.
My point,
I agree, but
The point is, this is just a recommendation to the board. They might tell me to take this paper and, throw it in the ashtray.
and redo it, but.
I'm behind it, I'm for it.
Well, we'll have to vote on it. If there's a motion on the floor.
Right,
We
we're
just
discussing.
discussed it. So,
I
Are you sure this, Jess? Is that all right with you? I mean, everybody's saying we're gonna do this, do that, but how about you?
There's a lot of talk all the time, so I don't, like Pat said, it's a recommendation, and I think you all know that
okay, and if people are interested, talk to Jess. She could explain what qualifies a planner. There are different levels and what qualifies.
Yeah, I read her email. The email-
What?
Her email was great.
Yeah.
We read it.
Mr. Chairman?
Did I see it? Did you send it to me or just?
I did, but I perused it.
Mr. Chairman, just a question whether NV Coggins and Savannah Nicole are aware of the recommendation going to the Board of Selectmen.
I'm sending this to the Board of Selectmen. If they decide to move forward to it, they will work with COG and then determine, what they're gonna do with it.
Okay, I just wasn't aware of a peer review role that they would play, so I think it's wonderful if we can get them to do
That's
that.
within things they've done years ago.
Right.
And I don't think NVCOG is trying to be in the business of being full-time planners for towns either, right? They are in that consulting role and stuff. So I think acting as
They
pure.
consulted a town. Somebody said they worked for the first selectman. That is not the case. Somebody online posted that. I hesitated and I said, no, I'm not gonna even bother. Because,
And I think if we look at like
This
the
is-
conversation that happened last week, this sort of aligns with the concerns of like what's good for Oxford. Like I would trust that Jess knows what's good for Oxford, right? She's been with us and through many iterations of this, right? Of different commissions and all of that. So
would we say you've been with planning and zoning for 15 years?
right, how many chairs and how many turnovers of this board? It's the one of the few threads that's going through, keeping it all connected. So
Right, she's been the consistent person. This is why, I think this could work. And again, if a year from now, 2 years from now, it's not working, the board at that point, the commission at that point, can change it. So, and again, there's details that the Board of Selectmen are gonna have to deal with, like pay and all that. That's not our purview. Right? But, in my estimation, for what I've seen over the years, I trust Jessica. She brings up good points, and sometimes she finds stuff that we all missed.
Right. I trust her as a planner.
So,
Put that on the record.
Can you
let's
say
move
that
the
louder?
question. Josh?
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
Denise? Aye.
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 Look at that.
I'll pay you all after.
That was easy.
So tomorrow, so it's not for you, it's for the town.
I know, but I appreciate it. It says
I don't care what you do. It's for the town. I think that's the best move from the town at this point. Rather than some stranger, and you gotta, I didn't bring it with me tonight, and I meant to, but I didn't pick it up. But the incentive housing plan, which is half the thickness of this court decision, right? I got my pristine copy home that I keep. That we paid $50,000 to have done. And it didn't move forward. And you know what? It's a good thing it didn't. Because the state reneged on its payments. The couple of towns that did do it, if you pardon the expression, got, what's a good word? I can't think of it. Got burned. Okay, got burned. Because the state never paid them what they were supposed to pay them. So, all right, is there any discussion of anything else?
I had, Mr. Chairman, just one quick question. The status of the affordable housing plan, do we know where
It's
we're
in the
at?
hands of the town attorney,
Okay,
and as soon as we get it from him, we're gonna
So it's passed out of the committee,
It's-
off to
it's-
the attorney.
It's passed out to the committee. It's with the attorney who's reviewing it, make sure that, you know, we didn't do anything illegal. And then it goes to Board of Selectmen for their signature.
Thank you.
That's it. And if anything, you know, if it gets back to us, I certainly will let you know. Yes.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
All in favor?
Jason on the gun with that one, with the second.
Now you get like rolling.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, somebody's gotta be. Somebody's
gotta do it.
Right?